It's October!
And today we're going to make a tombstone. What you're going to need is white Sculpy, and this is so that we can bake it and it'll become hard, but you can also use clay or Play-Doh if you wish. You're going to need some carving tools, and we're using kitchen knives, toothpicks, something to roll with, and then dental floss so you can pull the clay off of your desk when it sticks to it. To start out with, you're going to want to get like just a handful of your clay, like about that much. And you don't need all the rest of this. Okay, and you're going to squish it to get it to be soft.
This kind's a soft kind that gets soft really easily.
It does. Okay, and once it's nice and soft, you're going to put it down on your desk, like this, or your table.
But do you need it to be like in a circle, kind of?
Yeah, just kind of a circle. It doesn't really matter because you're going to carve out the shape you want. You ready? Okay, will you put it up here so they can see it really well? Okay, and then you're going to grab your ruler and you're going to roll it out, but you don't want it to be too thin. You actually want it to be about the thickness of your finger. So this is pretty good. That's too thin right there on that edge,
yeah,
but this is perfect right here. And you want it to be pretty even. So you don't want one end to be really thin and the other to be thick. And I do that just by evenly going over the spot. Make it nice and smooth. Okay, now you can take your knife, and just like you're drawing, you're going to be carving. So you're going to start by making a slice on the side. Just pretend you were drawing a line like that. And then another slice on the side.
Sideways. On the other side?
Yep. Try to make it so, yeah, give yourself. So this side should be parallel to this side. That means they're going the same direction, and you don't have it like going that way or that way.
I want this one to be bumpy, kind of like this.
Okay, you see how yours is nice and round at the top? That's what we want, so you don't even need to do this part, but I do. So I'm going to curve my knife around, and just like I was drawing a line, I'm going to make a nice curved top like that.
And also, can you cut it if it's too long?
Yeah, and then you're going to cut it to the length that you want. That is your tombstone. Okay, so now you need something for your tombstone to sit on. So you're going to grab the rest of your clay right here and roll it in a ball. Okay, and then you're going to flatten it and use your roller. And you want it to be wider than this right here at the bottom. So you want it to be, like, see how that's wider than that on the bottom? Now you're going to, are you almost there? I'll wait for you, okay? There, that's perfect. Okay, just make sure that that's nice and smooth and flat. Okay, now you're going to get your tool, your cutting tool, and you're going to cut the top and cut the sides, and you're making a rectangle. So see how this is curved right there? I can't make that a rectangle, so I'm going to cut that away.
And if it's too bumpy, you can just...
See, but now it's a rectangle because I cut away the rounded part. And then I'm going to cut away this rounded part. And then you have your rectangle. Okay, now the tricky part is to get this off your table. See how it's sticking on? You don't want to ruin it. So you get some dental floss. And you just need enough that you can go around your fingers like this. Yep. And then push down with your thumbs and go right under it.
I know that's so easy.
And then it comes up.
Sometimes when it's kind
The
of
same thing on this part. Yep. And some will stay on your table and that's okay. Now with the edges, they're not going to be smooth, so you just want to take your finger and just touch them and smooth them out by pressing a little bit. Not too hard though, because you don't want it to shape into something else. You're just getting rid of those hard edges. Okay. And then once you have your bottom all nice and rectangular, then you take your headstone and you do the same thing. You just push down on those edges that you don't want to be sharp and going all which directions. You want it to be smooth. Like that. Okay. Alright, and then this is going to be ready to go on this, but first we want to take our toothpicks and we're going to write, just like we're drawing, right in there. On this side you're going to write an R. And you're going to write by pressing down. If you find that's carrying some of the Sculpy with it, then you just lift up and then...
Looks like there's an elephant right there. It was like
Yeah.
this. Now it looks
So
like
don't-
a boogeyman.
So you have to be careful when you're pushing. It's going to push some of that Sculpy. So you have to lift up and then press down. So it's a little different than writing, because you're pressing into it.
And
Yep. And if you mess up, you can always just take your finger and smush it down and then try again. Okay, and then you're going to do, or just stick your toothpick in and kind of go around like that until you have a little circle. And then you're going to do an I. And that's simply you take your toothpick and you press straight like that. And then the top you press. And press again. And you have your I. Okay. And then you're going, you want to have a big eye. Yeah. And then you're going to press in again to make a circle and just swirl it around. And then you're going to make a P, and this is, you just take your toothpick to where you want your P to start and you push in and then stop where you want it to stop. And then just like you made your R right here, you're going to have to kind of press slowly going around, because you'll carry some of that Sculpy with you and it'll start going up, so you want to make sure you don't go too fast. And then you have your P.
so it is. Just do like that for the all.
Yeah, sure. And then do another dot, and that's R-I-P, and it means rest in peace. Now if you want to, you can just leave it like this, or you can draw, and this is where you can be creative. You can draw something right here, or you can write your name. It can be your tombstone. Or you can draw a heart. Just whatever you want to do. Be creative. You can draw the sun. Okay, and then if you have anything that you want to smooth down, you can smooth that with your finger. Yep. And then, wait for me. Then on the bottom, to get this to stick to this, you have to take your toothpick and go down like this.
Oh.
Remember the puzzle piece thing we talked about? And then you go across like this. So grab your toothpick.
I'm going to do this, flatten it out, and then cut the pieces that I don't want, like this piece, and then like this.
Okay, just make sure it's straight.
Because I messed up.
It's okay. Okay, see how I'm making crisscrosses?
Yeah.
That's going to make sure that it actually sticks to this piece. And then I have to come in here and do the same thing to where it's going to stick. And then that'll make it interlock and stay together. But I don't want to do the whole thing because this is going to show on the outside. See, and then when I put them together, it's going to stay a lot better. Okay. And I'll still have to come in and kind of press it. I have to be really careful that I'm doing that. Yeah. Okay. And then you can take your fingers and just kind of form it down there on the bottom. And that is how you make a tombstone. Like it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Here's our finished tombstone.
We hope you had fun. If you did, give this a thumbs up and let us know in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and we will see you tomorrow for another spooky Halloween project. Bye.
Bye.